people. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Now, people, I am speaking about the Donnalee, Noel Maitland, Kathyann Smith for a lesser part case, and the sequence of things, and how things seems to be very confusing. How things have taken a 180 turn, gone in an opposite direction. Now, people, when this case first started, most persons said that it was a conspiracy with Noel and Kathyann to make Donnalee missing and even worse, DEAD. However, the first information that we got from the Popo, it seems as if the Popo, they were not revealing their cards. They had that poker face. Them are used psychics in the case. Don't know if it was to make the persons of interest / suspect unaware that they're on their trail. However, people, it seems to have worked, because it seems as if Mr. Noel Maitland kind of felt comfortable, and that was based on his lawyer's interpretation of the whole thing. However, we say his lawyer, Mr. Christopher Townsend, have been a wrong bang ever since. So I say this to say that when the case first started, there was all sorts of speculation because the JCFO's mom, they were tight-lipped about everything. So of course, John Public, them start to speculate things. All sorts of rumors, propaganda spread that it was Kathyann who pretty much was upset, came to Mr. Noel's apartment in Chelsea. She and Donnalee get in a big argument, and then Donnalee get missing a day or so afterwards. That is logical. That is rational. Now, with the arrest and charge of Noel Maitland as the only person thus far, because people like me say, the way things are swinging like a pendulum, the ebbs and the flow of this case, we can expect about anything. So, people, may I have to ask the question, is these Popo using psychology? Is these Popo using Kathyann flipping the script as state key witness, state evidence against Mr. Noel Maitland? Because that is the only logical conclusion we can come up with, because based on what the Popo are saying, they are pretty much cleared her of any sorts of involvement on people. We know that that cannot be so. It is just not rational or logical, and I am going to explain why that is. We understand that, alright, with the justice system is willing to take one participant in a conspiracy and turn them against the other to pretty much reassure themselves of a conviction of a serious crime, as this case is. So therefore, maybe they are using Kathyann. Maybe Kathyann flip on Mr. Noel. Maybe she was the first person to volunteer, because say, generally speaking, women are usually weaker than men, and the fact that she has a child, the fact that she is a mother, she has a responsibility. So therefore, that would be one of the reasons. Not saying that it is, but we can kind of understand. So let's talk about the sequence of things. At first, Donnalee and Noel was in a relationship. as far as we know, there was no sorts of problem, trouble in a paradise. As soon as Kathyann entered into the frame, when Kathyann entered, Donnalee had knowledge. However, Kathyann was the third wheel, the matey, the side chick. However, people, we see with Kathyann getting pregnant, Kathyann having this baby, the script kind of flipped. And then Donnalee became the third wheel. Donnalee became the side chick. Because you understand that in a some sort of weird, sick sort of way, a family was being built by these two officers and them pitney. Donnalee was basically relegated to the side chick. Here's the next thing. Based on the sequence of events, the fact that Donnalee was always complaining to the mother that, listen, this girl, Kathyann, call me and antagonize me. This girl get jealous because she hears say, me there wrong, Noel, me there at the house. She would often show up. Whenever she felt like, she would call me, cuss me out. And there was even incidents in which, based on conversations with Donna and the mother, Kathyann draw a tool upon her. So people, let's understand what is going on here. There's a pack. The pack consists of the male, Mr. Noel. The pack consists of two female. In any sorts of pack, there's a dominant male, dominant female. We know who was the dominant female in this triangle. It was Kathyann. The fact that she was a pawpaw, the fact that she was more aggressive, the fact that she have a tool, the fact that she seems to have been the more jealous person in this relationship. All indicators say that she is the alpha. The next thing is that we saw that Donnalee was a little more passive. Donnalee realized, alright, I have this man. Everything was going on good until this girl stepped into the frame. Things start get chaotic. However, may I go and hang on in there. Maybe, or more than likely, Mr. Noel was giving her all sorts of false indication, telling her all sorts of lies, making her feel more important than she actually was in this triangle. So therefore, she became the support. She was the girlfriend of convenience, meaning that whenever he want some sort of sex, whenever he needed any sort of financial support, she was there. The mother even did an interview and the mother said that Donnalee paid for the birth certificate of Noel and Kathy's child overseas passport, and also for buy clothes for the baby when the baby born. So we see she kind of accepted her role. So therefore, that is what PISSED of the mother and most persons. Because they must say to themselves, then hold on a minute. This beautiful girl, I saw she fall victim and put herself in a situation like this when she never had to. However, people, a lot of these men, they are very manipulative. They have a way of tricking even the smartest and the most beautiful women out there. It happens all the time. It is not the exception, it is more the regular. So anyways, let's talk about the sequence of things. So there was a history of ABUSE, phone calls, pull up on. Now people, it seems as if the straw that broke the camel's back is when Mr. Maitland posted Donnalee's picture on his social media. And then Kathyann got wind of it. She was upset. That was day before Donnalee got missing. So people, follow the thing. Obviously, Donnalee felt comfortable on that day in which Noel called her like he always does. Him pick her up. Them do whatever them do as big consenting adults. Him drop her back off. However, this time was a little different. So people, the mother tell you about all of the ABUSC confrontation conflict already. On that fateful day that Donnalee went by the house, the neighbors told you what they saw. They saw Kathyann came there with the next person, police personnel. There was all sorts of argument. The argument, all sorts of buckle, all sorts of glass, all sorts of shouting, all sorts of fist throw. And people, isn't it ironic that Kathyann was there on that day that Donnalee got missing? Isn't it ironic that Kathyann was upset because Mr. Noel posted a picture of Donnalee, her birthday, so therefore he was giving her props? So people, throughout everything, Mr. Noel Maitland was playing both sides of the fence. He saw Donnalee as SEX. He saw her as a meal ticket. He saw her as an asset. Because the truth and the fact is that Mr. Noel Maitland was not as wealthy as he seems. He seems to be like most people that like the hype, living above their means. So therefore, Donnalee was sustaining his lifestyle. We also see that it seems as if Mr. Noel Maitland was more of a passive person. We could say that he is bipolar. We could say that he is a psychopath based on other persons that we've heard that he was in relationship with. I will talk about that at another date. However, thinking about everything, people, it tells me that, listen, it is obvious that the Popo is turning Kathyann against Mr. Noel Maitland. So people, me just say, Noel is quickly realizing that, listen, I am about to lose everything. Was I covering up for this lady? What we spoke about, the plans that we had, that we are going to hold fast, we're going to stick together, we are going to keep our stories like we planned them, so therefore both of us can beat this case. However, the reality, circumstantial evidence, physical evidence, meaning the couch, meaning BLOOD splatter that was found in an apartment that they definitely tried to clean up. However, substantial evidence was still there. Based on the fact that this conversation with this man, may I talk about the man about the couch, the fact that the person that worked at the car wash was contacted by the Popo, and obviously he is also going to flip the script. He is also going to be state witness. So therefore, Noel realized that, listen, SHIT is about to hit the fan and I am going to lose everything. And people, trust me, based on the way that he is a freeloader, a selfish person, he is not going to allow Kathyann to get away scotch-free if it is indeed that she is involved. When him think about the fact that she is going to go on with her life, with his child or their child, with her next man, people, he is going to break down. And that is when he is going to draw her in the web of everybody getting FUCK. This time, if me have to go down, everybody have to go down. The whole ship are going to sink. So people, me just say, expect the unexpected. Whatever curveballs that we've seen before, don't be surprised if we see some more curveball, if everything start breakdown, including, me I talk about Noel Maitland, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like I say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.